Hello everyone, a very good afternoon to all of you and welcome to this session. We are going to do some more practice questions और आप लोगों के एग्जाम के लिए बहुत ही beneficial session है because we are going to revise, we are going to go through vocab, grammar rules, comprehension, everything. Okay? So quickly, I want you guys to let me know that आपको audio video proper आ रहा है कि नहीं. Like and share the session. Those who don't know me, I'm Niharika John Mehra and I have been teaching English for more than 10 years now. And आपको बहुत सारे मेरे courses मिलेंगे on our app, on our website under our courses and here on YouTube as well. Also quickly share. All good? Hello, good afternoon. Glad to see you all. So let's go here. That's your first question. We start doing it. Yeah, today as well. Is there something today? I'm so sorry. I'm unable to understand the question, Tanya. Pardon me if I'm unaware of something going on. So answer here is B, A, C, D. Okay, just a second, guys. Give me a moment. I'm fixing something. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So what do we see here is there is a clue. Whenever you get anything like this, now you know this very well that whenever we use apostrophe, it requires a noun after it. Okay. So Britain's expanding, Britain's although this is your conjunction, Britain's export. We can definitely say this. Okay. So we have two options. Either I go with Britain and export, which is a direct noun, or I can go with an adjective continuing with a noun over here, which is again a possibility. So CA is nowhere given, but CD is given in two cases, here and here. I have this option, this option, this option out. Talking about other things, let's check B and C. So if both of them are giving me B as the first part, so although initially excavated for what, for और for साथ में आएगा नहीं है ना, for is already given in B and C also starts with for, so I cannot use this. It's so simple. B and C cannot come together. It is going to be B A C D. Is my voice not fine? Can you please confirm? Is my audio okay? Is my audio okay? That's your next question. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, might be some glitch in between. Answer here is CBAD, which meant, so there is something that meant something, right? So we are saying which meant. Poor communicator and orator. Fleming was a famously, this is important, he was a. So you are saying he was a what? He was a famously. Famously is an adverb. Adverb के साथ adjective and noun का combination can go. So famously poor communicator and orator. You have C and then you have B. But those two are given in option A and B. So we are saying he was the person was, Fleming was a famously poor communicator and orator, which meant his findings plural were. A and D will come. So simple answer is A. These are literally 20, 15, 20-second questions. So try to just take that much of time. At least for me, it takes time for your answer to reach to me and I get to see your answers. But at least at your end, you can do this much, right? So the subsequent armed conflict, his father, he is nominative. So he requires a verb. He remained loyal. B and C absolutely perfect together. You get these two here and here. No arrangement required is not giving any sense. I will eliminate E, D, and A option. Throughout what? Now there is a question. Throughout what? Throughout the conflict. After C, A gives some sense, and that's why this becomes my answer. Okay? So we are going to say after reconciliation with someone, with his father, he remained loyal when throughout the subsequent armed conflict. No rearrangement required. Edward was able to reward his faithful supporters, especially whom the Dispenser family, with something estates and new titles. Answer here is A. The continuous warfare it made what? Made whom? Made necessary, making something necessary. We can definitely say that A and C we have a good pair over here. Necessary a professional army which was, because it is collective noun acting singular, so that's why was more loyal to its whom, its generals than to public. So there is a comparison. After more we get to see THA and then. That's your answer. Make sure to like and share the session in case you have joined late. Give me the correction also. Answer is A. Very, very simple. Now we are talking about given the risks, what kind of risks? See, there are times when we use verb and it is in its third form acting as adjective. Okay. So we will get verb past participle in its third form and it is not going to act as the main verb of the sentence. Rather, it will talk about adjective. That means it is going to help us describe a noun. So given the risk associated with what? With spyware and adware associated. It is important to do what? Have what? A strategy. To do what? To keep your network keeping something in a way. So this is adjective, which is absolutely right. Good job. Very good. So, this is a rule which we follow especially for error detection, though this is something we do get to see many places that in many articles people don't follow, but for exam it is a hardcore rule. So either you go with a gerund after help, okay, and continue your sentence, or you go with bare infinitive, to won't be used. So help is one of those verbs just like bid, then you have let, that will take verb in its first form. अगर use ही हो रहा है तो first form में use होगा after it. Reforming this trade is part of what? A comprehensive policy, including other reforms to help end the war. This TO2 will not come. This is bare infinitive, verb in its first form without to, and it is not the main verb of the sentence. Come on, guys, answer. What should be the correction? Correction batao. If you are saying there is a part that has error, there has to be a correction also. There is no error in this one. Okay. The Jamaican police, okay, had launched, after had you have verb third form, a murder investigation, and that is into something that is death. Kiska death hai apostrophe s se we are talking about it. But later confirmed he died of. Whenever you use die with of, you talk about the physical cause of death. Okay, so he died of heart failure, he died of uh, lung issues, he died of kidney failure, like that. So this is absolutely right. No, you cannot say with at all. There are two forms, died from and died of. Okay. You have some cases where you, it depends like what you want to talk about after using the verb die. Okay. But at least with to nahi hoga use. We don't use that. This is the way we connect the disease or physical condition using of with the word die. I hope this is clear now. Died from hota hai use, that is a different case. Dying for is different, died of is different. So die for is a phrasal verb. He's dying for drugs. That means he wants it more, he really wants it, तो वो एक अलग चीज हो जाती है. Anyways, here the answer is B. Ukraine was viewed as having economic conditions. Now, this is an interesting rule. Conditions is your noun, okay? Economic is adjective. Now, what do you have here? Like, you have two options. Whatever the word is before adjective can explain this adjective, or that verb can relate to this noun as well. You can have two adjectives, or you can have one adverb adjective and then noun. Check karo. Favorably economic, is it giving you any meaning? The problem is not this. I can definitely use an adverb and then use an adjective and then use a noun. This happens. But in this case, adverb should make some sense with adjective. Here it is not happening. Favorably economic, unfavorably economic, ऐसा तो कुछ होता ही नहीं है. That's why we need to change this. Now we will have multiple adjectives used for same noun. So we have it this way. Favorable conditions, but what type of conditions? Economic conditions. In comparison to what? Other है तो other के साथ plural आ गया, regions of the Soviet Union. Very simple. Although not part of a planned operation. Although के साथ में you have a phrase here talking about contrast. All okay. The conquest had much more permanent results. Had the. So the last part, the comparison part, is also going to be in past. More than expected. Expect nahi. We want verb in second form. Initially is adverb over here. Now we are going to do this, which is a cloze test. So all five blanks together, and then all five blanks I'll explain in one go. Okay, so please start doing it. Make it a habit to give it a rough reading. तो आप एक जल्दी से rough reading दो पहले and then you start doing it. Okay, giving extra time for you guys to read. It'll be super easy. I hope all five um, went well with you guys because it was very easy. Let's quickly understand India's high power communication satellite GSAT 30 spoiled at providing in spoil kharab hona inherit when you get something from your forefathers, grandparents, parents, cancel no, appease no. Again, there was only one thing that can take at after it, and that was aim. Nothing more to be explained in such a question. If we just look at a word, out of all, appease is something different. Otherwise, A, B, D, all are good. So when we use appease, it is to placate something or someone, to calm down someone. Then we are saying these at aimed at providing high quality television communication and was successfully launched on board Ariane 5 rocket. So rocket को launch करा जाता है. Nothing more to be explained. Then we are saying blasting off from the complex, a French territory located in. You are literally talking about a location. It cannot overflow or flood. Flood usually takes with along with the word flood. Incite is to stir up something, to irritate someone. Then coming to D, this GSAT 30 injected GSAT 30 into the orbit in a flawless flight lasting about so many minutes, confirming the successful launch. So you can see Israel tweeted that the strong start is there. We have seen a strong start. So it is, of course, going to be successful. It cannot be poor. We want something positive. Incompetent is unable to compete because lacking skills or whatever is required. Last one. Um, so we are saying here, I dash the trust from the two customers on this mission. Here we are using statement said by someone, given by someone. तो यहाँ पर पॉजिटिव है अगेन अप्रिशिएट. आई कैनॉट ड्रिंक द ट्रस्ट, annoy the trust, arouse is to in a negative manner stir up something. एट्रीब्यूट भी नहीं है बिकॉज ट्रस्ट को खुद को डायरेक्ट ऑब्जेक्ट है यहाँ पे, दैट्स वाई अप्रिशिएट ही करा जा सकता है. Next you have is para jumble. Start doing it. You have to arrange all five of them and give me answer here. A few more seconds. You can check your answers. You can Still answer if you haven't. That's enough time given. ECABD, awesome. Those who got it right, well done, good job. Let me again take you through it. We mark some hint words as we read the question. We always focus on following inverted pyramid, inverted triangle, where you give general information first and then the specific detail, and also try to make at least one pair and then try to pair that pair with other sentences rather than directly jumping to the complete answer. Okay, so here, American president, we are getting the title, and then we are also getting Donald Trump. So name and the title. Okay. Last week announced that his administration would soon impose tariffs on the import of steel, aluminium into the US for an indefinite period of time. But suddenly, what happened? Why happened? We don't know. Hold on. The European Union, one of the largest trading partners of the US, has since vowed to return the favor through retaliatory measures targeting American exporters. See, since and it is used as an adverb, not a conjunction. That means I have some kind of a word or time directly given, and that's the starting point. Since that point, this European Union is it has vowed to do something. So I need that time. Since then, they are doing something. So A and B you can put together because we are saying last week there was an announcement, and since that announcement, now European Union is doing something. C says after all, so there is again a whole story happening, an incident happening, and then we can use this expression. After all, they had learned their lessons from trade war. The EU is short of European Union. Definitely after B, somewhere, immediately or somewhere after B, I will be able to use D. The EU is expected to come out with a list of over so many items. World leaders, now all the world leaders, this is inverted pyramid. This is where you are talking about everyone around the world. That's why E has to be the first one. Okay, so we are saying world leaders did well to avoid trade policies in the aftermath of Great Recession of 2008. So after E, you get C. After all, they. Who are they? These leaders. So E and C are a pair. Since E is first, E and C together, C becomes the second one automatically. Now B has to come first and then D will come. A says last week, and then only we can say this since. So A has to come before B. Now you don't have to do anything, just put them together. So EC automatically first, second, A will come before B, and there is nothing left now but for me to use D. That becomes your answer, like this. No, 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 they cannot be last two. So there is a strong reason they cannot be last two. Okay, this is a good question, Ramchandra. Because if I go this way, I use ABD and then I say E and C, the context of talking about A, B, and D is gonna be of no use. It's lost. I have to know what happened, then I can explain how exactly it happened. Are you understanding this? So, the whole point here was that the world leaders did well to avoid the trade policies. Because we started talking about trade policies, now I know why I'm talking about Donald Trump last week announcing something. Otherwise, this is A is just out of the blue. What happened suddenly? Ek subah utha and announced something. There has to be a backdrop why he has done this kind of a thing, why he announced such a thing, and that's why EC, there was no other thing but to put them in the beginning. Double fillers. Empowering women to make their own dash. We can make our own progress. Making progress is okay, but making own progress makes no sense. We also don't make thought. Decisions are made. We can also make schemes, but empowering women to make their own scheming is not something we want to talk about. Also, we cannot make power. We can use power, we can get power, we can empower. So, of course, you have just one, their own decisions without limitation, and treating them at par, that means equal to men, is imperative. It is important for holistic progress. Holistic means all over. Trivial is anything that has no to very less importance. Okay, imperative, voluntary, easy word hai. Discretionary, using discretion, that means it is up to your choice. You want to do it, not do it, you are not restricted, so that is discretionary. Easy. Tribal women have always enjoyed a significant place in social structure and continue to do so. Guys, environmental structure will mean technical thing related to environment. Yes, tribal women are more close to environment. That is a separate thing. So you cannot say this, okay? Has, of course you cannot, because women it's plural, so has nahi aayega. Enjoyed hai to had ya have aayega, would and should will not come. But please understand the later part of the sentence. They enjoy a place which is important place in the structure and they continue to do so. Social structure. Okay. In society, where other people are also part. In a community. Environmental will give you a different sense. Had and have both can come in the first blank, but the second word has to be social. No, no, no. Women word is never a collective one, okay? Women is a plural. Collective, see, We have singular plurals, okay, where you have one and you have many, you have plural. So women word is always plural, never a collective noun. Collective noun is the name given to collection of those plural. Okay, so let's say community, committee. Okay, let's say committee. There is a committee where many women are part of it. Okay, so that the word committee is a collective noun, and collective nouns can also be singular and plurals. Don't mix all of them, they are like separate things. Coming to this one, efforts to undertake screening of undernutrition, overnutrition, etc. in women as an component. Optional. See, we are making efforts to undertake all that. So why is it optional? Voluntary means आप अपनी इच्छा से कर रहे हो, you are doing out of your own will. Accessory, important, important I can say, essential I can say. So C, D, A are out. Will go a long way in dash the pace of women becoming healthy, in accelerating. Impeding is opposite, impeding is negative, impeding is to stop something from progressing. So we are not going to use this word. Okay, hindering, impeding are synonyms. Well, the public sector has been called the private sector of politicians, used for creating, this is a sarcastic sentence, used for creating patronage networks. See, creating buildings नहीं बोल सकते, malls नहीं बोल सकते, these are physical structures. Creating patronage relations, I can say, networks, I can say, forms, I cannot say, okay? And kickbacks. Now, why kickbacks? Figures, forms, and figures. कैसे मीनिंग देंगे? See the first part of the sentence. Public sector has been called private sector of politicians. They are using as they want it. So when you say a kickback as a noun is where illicit things are happening, illegal things are happening, and that is a transaction between two parties. So kickbacks, networks, patronage networks. This is the reason why author is saying that even though it is government owned public sector, still politicians are misusing it, and that's what we wanted in a negative context. And A is your answer. It was such a short sentence, right? But it had this different meaning. So never think if a sentence is short or the options are easy, the whole question is altogether easy. Sometimes it is not like that. If people fail to realize the intensity of what a crisis, magnitude is okay, intensity is okay. Acuteness, behemoth. We want Now, behemoth is something very huge, very big, and it is an adjective. So I cannot use this word. When we talk about acuteness, it is a situation that is continuing to stay in an intense manner. I cannot say this, okay? So we are saying intensity of water crisis India is facing and failed to be galvanized into action. Okay. Now this word galvanize, first of all, is a technical word. आपने physics में galvanization पढ़ा होगा. Okay. This is the action of coating something with a protective layer. But the word galvanize is also used for the sense of protecting anything from a sudden mishap or a shock. तो यहाँ पे हुआ है. Okay. Correction, correction. Okay. Absolutely right. Good job. The NGO holds an event every year to spread awareness about importance of mother tongue, that is Hindi. Whenever you name a language, you don't use a an or the before, no article before that language. And this is among the youth. When you say the with an adjective, you actually mean a noun that is plural in nature. So because there is no two parties और उनके बीच कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, यहाँ पे between नहीं among आएगा. No error. Amongst this, just a form. The meaning is same. The difference, first of all, is there in American English, UK English, and then the sound of the letter after the word after the word among. So nothing to worry about. Old English uses it more. Most stray dogs, many of them, most of them, are now being cared for. Where? At a center. What center? Rehab center. It is state run and it is not for human, it is animal rehab center. There is no error. Okay. I hope there is no confusion in this statement. So there are dogs, most है तो plural है, dogs है तो are है, being cared, it is taking place in passive because someone else is taking care, but they are now being cared for. We are also using the phrasal verb, caring for someone. तो जो वो someone है caring for के बाद वाला वो पहले ही लिख दिया है हमने. That happens. It's okay. You'll overcome it. Keep practicing in my class. You will overcome. This one should be super simple for you all. We never say cousin brother, cousin sister. We just say cousin. Later on, you can say, like, he is my cousin. She is my cousin. From that part, it is clear I'm talking about a sister or a brother. But of course, cousin word is not something that will take brother or sister after it. We have to remove this word. The cousin of the sacked rugby star Israel Folau has reportedly been let go. Somebody else released this person from his job at a school, was fired. I don't want to comment on that. I'm just talking about how things work in English as a language, English as a subject. People have, I mean, they have their own ways to communicate. English has so many versions, and people sometimes just make it flexible as per the requirement. We need to stick to what we have to do in exam. So this one is again very simple. The problem that feels, it is singular, so that feels like a necessity to one person seems, okay, it is in present. Problem is singular, so seems aega like a luxury to another. Simple. Last question. In 65, so this is the time, प्रेसिडेंट Abraham Lincoln, इसमें एरर नहीं मिलेगा, नेम एंड टाइटल, proclaimed that the Civil war that had devastated the nation, because everything is of past, every other tense ahead is going to be past. So all okay, had devastated the nation. Civil War was the Almighty's judgment on that sin. Okay, so that के साथ singular लगा है. That's all I need to check. Okay, I don't know what exactly is that indicating, but it is for the past. It is with a singular. Everything is correctly placed in the right form. No error at all. Okay, I'm happy you could confidently answer that there is no error in this one, and that's what is the kind of confidence I want to see in all of you. So that's it. Uh, for tomorrow, I'm not sure if we have class or not, but of course, 1st of November we have off. It's a Diwali holiday. Tomorrow, I still need to check. You also, you if you have subscribed, you will get a notification, of course. But keep a check if we have classes or not. Okay, so that's all. We are done here. And my classes are Monday to Saturday, 1 2 p.m. on YouTube. For time being, I'm taking classes here on YouTube. Mostly my classes are under courses, and these courses are the ones that we have on our websites available for all of you. Do check them out. Like or share karke jana, and take care. Bye bye.